Hey everybody, it's Bus, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we're taking on the 2-star quest, the Master of Shadows, going up to battle against Zed. We'll be using our 2-star Evelynn. And so if you're not familiar with Evelynn, up at 2-star powers, you get the +1 starting mana. The first time you kill a follower, you get a copy of it in your hand. That's our followers, opposing followers, any unit that's not a champion. First one to die comes up into our hand. And then the big one for Evelynn, when you level up an allied champion, you give your allies everywhere +1/+1. We have recently just rolled into champion level 8, which means we get a rare relic. If you've been following along the whole way, we have been using the Chameleon's Necklace to put 2 copies of Evelynn into our deck, but now that we get a rare, we're using When I Level Up Rally. This fixes a lot of the problems with Evelynn to where you have a million stats on board from that +1/+1 ability, but your opponent gets to block everything. Now that we get rallies out of Evelynn, gives us a good opportunity to close out the game almost immediately. And so once we get up to level 13, we'll probably go back to adding in the Chameleon's Necklace, but as we only have the one rare relic right now, we're going to use that for level up rally. And so, on to battle. See if we can jump in here against Zed. I click on the button. Did I get it? There we go. Heading on in. Good stuff. Good stuff. The Master of Shadows. Feels like him and Evelynn would like to hang out, you know? they can come to the party and then just brood. Strikes me as something that they would like to do. But here, Slow But Steady is always a really powerful really powerful star power. It's good, especially starting off with it here at the very beginning, since you can really craft your deck around this. But our deck doesn't have any slow spells in it, and I don't want to just have this useless power throughout the run. And so, over-prepared, always strong, create a random equipment, costs 2 less. Getting these high-powered equipment starting on turn 1 of the game, extremely, extremely strong. And so, we'll pick up the Over-Prepared onto the Sparring Student, and when a unit is summoned, give its weakest ally +1/+1 this round. I think that should tie in quite nicely with the Husks. I think that might work. I don't know. I don't know how that plays out. It's like I know to some degree it should work with our 0 power units coming on board. I'm just not entirely certain how the sequencing works. Hells yeah, talking about how good the Over-Prepared is, dropping the origami slicers. Looking good. Give me a way to give me a way to use this one. Alright, and so it does look like the summon thing put both of the boosts onto our Husk. We'll have to keep that in mind as we start dropping cards on opponent here. We'll take a bit of damage, not a big deal. Now we can add in Salter, really get these Husks going. So we're going to have the +2/+2 one hit the board, and then we'll get one back in hand. Then we can play the one in hand, get a bunch of stats running around everywhere. Felt like that should have been more stats. I don't know. I didn't do the mathematics on that one, but it felt like it should have been more stats. Now here, this is like kind of awkward. We should probably just be saving Evelynn for our opponent's attack tokens. I'm gonna have to play this a little bit and see how we feel about it. But it's a little do-nothing-y, right? If we're just going to play Evelynn when we already have the attack token. And so, I mean, we could have open attacked here for like 2 damage and then followed up with Evelynn, but that's not a really high-powered play. I'm here for the high-powered plays. But we will at least get to showcase a little bit of the Evelynn's strength on this upcoming turn, and why I think I'm still okay with playing it, even though we lose out on that rally a little bit. Because Evelynn's going to go back into level 1. Now we can play a fresh card, eat this Husk that's on board. She's going to level up again, and then from that point we're going to get another rally on this turn. And so, you know, it's probably worth just go ahead and dropping her. We probably should have just open attacked for that 2 damage and then played Evelynn after the fact. But this setup here is quite strong to where we get the rallies on our opponent's turn now. Whoa, he's attacking? All right, well, sign me up for the perfect blocks. Uh-oh. A little bit of facepalm, a little bit of attack. Here it goes. G.
I love it.
Hey. So what do we got? Anything cool turning up? Not really. I think Bouncer and Bolt's probably the way to go. Just a cheap play, right? As we're on these kind of easier sets of battles, I like to just have a really nice curve in the early game. On to the support champions. What you got for us here? Lucian, always strong. Lucian and Evelynn combo quite well together. Otherwise, LeBlanc, fairly strong. Bloody Business is a fairly easy cast with our Evelynn. And Renekton also a decent pickup here in that he's got Overwhelm, and that gives us an easy way to close out these games. But I think Senna and Lucian are just going to be a set of all-stars here with all the husks that we're sacrificing off every turn. All right, and so into the next set, we either have a shop towards the left or a slot bot to the right. Slot bot lets you buy rerolls. Not super interested in that, so let's head towards the shop. All right, the shadows come for you. Big, scary 4/3s coming at us, right? I missed the ability. I was clicking too fast. What do you got? The foe's units have Nexus Strike, create a Shadow Fiend. Gotcha. I don't think these Shadow Fiends are the ones that have free attack, though. I might be wrong on that. Don't hold me to it, but I think I'm right in that sense. All right, and then a big, expensive equipment. It's not playing out how we want in terms of making our ability look good. I assure you, it's a good ability. Oh, he does have free attack on the Shadow Fiends. I thought I was right. I've been right once or twice before. And so now, I was trying to set this up to where we play Bouncer and Bolt, and then we hook in and kill the Shadow Apprentice and replay it so we have an ephemeral blocker. Now, I'm just like a little bit worried about the Shadow Fiends coming in and dealing damage. Maybe it won't be that big of a deal. No, it's starting to be that big of a deal. Fine. Fine, dude. If you don't want to have fun, I get it. I get it. Alright, we'll prevent all the damage. No reason to take all of that. I was hoping that that would have sequenced just a little bit better, but at least we got the damage prevent. Now he's pretty out of cards. Guess we're taking that one. Okay, he's got another Shadow Fiend in hand. Oh, F. Okay, he messed this up. He could have just kept blasting with the Shadow Fiends because he gets the additional copies in hand, but he didn't go for it here. Oh my gosh, we are slopping this one up. We are not playing it well. All right, well, let's get our Evelynn on board. I know we're going to miss out on this rally, but I think we just need the big set of stats. We can block a Shadow Fiend with her, get a good attack in here. We can hate spike away the extra husk. She just lets us build up into being in a good spot. He's got so many Shadow Fiends in hand, though. It's bonkers. Still not super interested in playing them, though. Just not that into it, huh? Not that into it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It is a Nexus Strike ability, right? Nexus Strike, create a Shadow Fiend, so he should just have, like, infinite Shadow Fiends, pretty much. Alright, this Steam's about to put in the work, though. Our Evelynn's a little limited in what she can do because she doesn't have that much health, but we're going to get a rally. We're going to have Steam on board with all these healths. We can get a couple of shutdowns on some of this turn. We just have to give up our Evelynn. Probably. I don't want to take the damage out of this.
Close your eyes.
Okay. I don't know why the opponent does it. Maybe the AI just doesn't understand what free attack does or something. But we're getting fairly lucky with how the sequencing is going down.
The water stings good.
Now we got these big big steams on board for the big stinks. Let's see if this'll end it. So if he plays a Shadow Fiend, then we can just attack. Alright. I think we're surviving. Not the strongest of battles, though. We most certainly should have just outright lost this game, right? I don't know what the deal with the AI is here, but not gonna complain. Not gonna complain.
Making the dead deader.
Alright, that's probably enough stuff.
You're all mine.
Send Steam down, let him get those regenerate blocks in. Put the Bone Club on the Thorny Toad, so we can get the hooks however we want. We should be good here. And say if he keeps attacking like this, we can gain 2 off of the Toad. Might as well, right? Sure. I was gonna save it for next turn, but the same result will happen here. We can hook the Ren out of combat and then hit for 15 with Steam and Senna.
Sink or scream.
Whew, alright. This is a little more involved than I was planning on, but we got through it at the end of the day. So what do we got? Do you want any of this stuff? Relentless Pursuit's always a good one. Nothing wrong with picking up some rallies. So add it to the deck, into the shop. What's the power? Nab, not good to start with. We might want to reroll. There is a Senna to get regenerate, right? A lot of times I do like just putting the single copy of an item onto a card we already have, but Senna with regenerate isn't that interesting, right? She doesn't have much health to survive with anyway, so let's just skip over that one. Here, Sparring Student start. That seems pretty good. Playing all of the husks, adding all of the husks to the board, that gives us a good way to level up the Sparring Student. So now, when a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1 attack. Another one we can get good usage out of. Okay, so let's hang on to Evelynn. I'm going to come out and look for some of our units that generate husks. See where we're at. Ooh, another origami slicer. I don't know why I even bother sometimes. Try to make a nice, useful piece of commentary on the game. 2 origami slicers and a bone club is our free equipments. I'm sorry, guys. I try sometimes, you know. Alright, but here, let's go ahead and hate spike this Shadow Seer off of the board. It's going to give us a ephemeral Sparring Student in hand, which we can now play. We want to wait. We want to save that husk for Evelynn. Should probably just wait. We should have attacked. I got to get that in my head. We have that free attack right at the start. It's okay. We're still learning. We'll make it through.
See what's beneath while I see what's inside. Scream for me. Yes, I fight.
Uh-oh. Opponent's dropping emotes. That's not the scary one. That's not how you flex. That's not how you show your strength. You want to show your strength, you use Laser Kitty, right? Laser Kitty brings it in. Is that Professor Von Yep? I'm not sure. The other way you can do it is you use a sarcastically used cupcake or a heartbreaker. However you want to do it, that's up to you. Just know that you got options out there, right? You got an option or two. But here's the strength in Lucian, right? We added Lucian. We've got our rally. We just killed off 2 units. Things are starting to really roll through. Now is when you start dropping emotes, right? We kill off enough units this round to get a Lucian flip? I don't think so. We can kill off... Well... Yeah, we don't have the mana. It's like we can add a Husk and then like Viper Worm or Warden's Prey, but we're going to be a little bit short either way. I think we may be able to get a lethal, though.
Another leader desperate to lose control. Nothing new.
Got 15 power of Overwhelm to the right. GG. All right, good job, Lucian. So what do we got here? Bouncer and Bolt, is that the one we already have? I think so. That's a reasonable add. Voidling is kind of, well, all of these are actually kind of good. The Protoporo with the extra mana gems, not that bad. The Voidling, very easy to hit Evolve with. We're not going to be playing a ton of spells, though. So I think we can let the Voidling go. Let's just upgrade this Bouncer and Bolt. Having a 4/3 Fury Challenger impact for 2 mana, pretty good deal. Especially as we're looking to get towards Zed and need a way to kill him. So I think that's good. Definitely adding in Evelyn's now. And I think we just go with the Challenger. She's not something that really worries about stats, but I think we can worry about combats to where she can't make a safe attack. So now, Flash Steel, round start. You stun the player's weakest unit. Gonna be stunning those Husks. Alright, what you got for us? A little bit of everything here. Bouncer and Bolt, Insulter. Got our Husk Generator. We got our Evelynn. All sounds good to me. Oop. Here we go. We got the 0-cost equipment. Now, I think this works to where if we say put the Demacian Steel onto the Husk, and then we play a follow-up unit, that unit gets +1/+2, and then the Demacian Steel comes back to hand, I think. I've been wrong before, but I think that's how it works. Let's see. So we play Bouncer and Bolt. He's going to be a 5/5 after this, right? I was right. Somebody get hype about it. Bust being right for once. Not bad, not bad. Grants the keywords as well, so if we pick up one of those good equipments, we can get something happening there. So now we are going to add Evelynn this turn. We got a great attack here with our Bouncer and Bolt getting that quick attack challenge in. Now we know we can follow up with Evelynn. Eat the Husk, get the rally. Gonna be in a really good spot to close this out quickly.
Mind if I slip into something a little more painful? Scream for me.
Right, all right. So not a big damage turn, but we can get a couple quick attack challenges in here. Take these elusives off of the board so we don't take any damage off of these. And the next turn we'll get a rally and end the game. But right, this game really kind of like drives home the point in that I talk about with Evelynn, in that we made that attack, right? We have a commanding board with the Bouncer and Bolt and the Evelynn, but opponent's not going to take any damage, right? They just have those units, you can just throw them out and block pretty much indefinitely. But the addition of the addition of the rally on the Evelynn giving us that second attack. I know it's not until the next turn now, but that second attack is enough to ensure that we can punch in a bunch of real, actual damage here. And so with this, we played the cheap unit. That gives us the rally with the Evelynn level up. Then we also have a Relentless Pursuit in hand. Don't think we're going to need it. We're about to go murder mode on opponent here, but something weird happened. We did have the Relentless Pursuit for a second attack. Them rallies, so good.
Let's do this again.
Enjoy the 4-mana rally while you can. I think it's about to be taken away from us. As a Demacia lover, it hurts. It hurts in my heart piece to see what's going to happen to the rallies, but it probably needs to be done. Here, don't really need any of this. A lot of times I do advocate for just picking up a big catch-all removal spell, and Crumble's a good one here, right? It interacts very favorably with the Husks. It interacts favorably with our first dead unit of the turn comes back to hand, so we can play a 1 cost as fuel for it. I just don't think we really need it here on these easy battles. But happy to add it in. In terms of this, I don't really want to go to the shop. We're a little bit short on monies, and so I'm going to go to the gold chest. At least with the gold chest, we don't have to add any cards to our deck. Now we can come to the healer, cut some additional cards. I usually cut Steam, but we're getting to the point now to where Steam isn't completely terrible. I think we want to come in with either a crawling viper worm or a phantom prankster, and I'm leaning towards just taking the viper worm out. It's not a particularly high-valued play. Now onto Fiora. And so when one of the foe's allies challenges an enemy, you give that ally tough. Okay, so we found the husks. I'm going to hang on to Salter, mulligan everything else away. See if we can't find an Evelynn. Did not. The soul sword. Okay.
Ain't no shadows in here, friend.
Not a bad set of attacks. Get in here quick. Now we'll start building up into the husks. We can add the Warden's Prey this turn, get the husk back in hand, and then replay it. Hasn't managed to drop this Fiora on us yet, so we're not super scared about what's going on. That was pretty decent for opponent. And now domination.
You are nothing. Worthless. Impress me. Don't waste my time. They would
Most animations 2022 getting ready to come at you. We just need the Evelynn now for the maximum animations. Kind of scary on the opposing board here, though. Evelynn did turn up at a very opportune time. She should be able to survive everything happening here, but opponent was ready to start coming in and picking off all of our units. This nice rally as well. Evelynn's got challengers, so she can take down the Fiora if she wants. Not bad. You scared now, aren't you? You scared. I can tell. Let's go ahead and take down Fiora. He's got a riposte in hand. Well, he's got a Fiora riposte in hand, so we'll have another Fiora next turn. I think that's okay. I would actually be a little bit more scared with him having the riposte and being able to get that barrier attack in on something. So this looks good. Again, Crumble's going to be kind of nice here. Just a catch-all removal spell, take down Fiora. We have 7 mana in total. It's kind of like I do want to play the Crumble and the free card. So that's 5. That leaves us with just adding in a 1-cost unit.
Where are you?
But we get the Evelynn rally. We get to start popping off with the +1/+1s to everywhere. Oh, were you just already flipped? She was already flipped. That kind of sucks.
I'm actually here.
Just little suck, not big suck, you know. It's important to note which version it is. Just little.
I'll write my own story. And punch.
Now, if he wants to trade the Screeching Dragon for the Sparring Student, I'm more than happy to let him do so. We've picked up the Regenerate on our Evelynn now, so she's going to be safe for this future turn. This should be pretty much done at this point. We have a Relentless Pursuit to pick up more attacks next turn. I think we're in a pretty good space.
Laura, looking for satisfaction?
Alright, lots of animations, lots of big units. Get a unit back in hand and stuff. You know how we like to continue on that sequence. Let's do this. Let's block with the sparring student so our big units can still combat the dragons. Need to Relentless Pursuit onto Vora. So now she has the 7 power. We need to take down the 6 attack Tough and the Screeching Dragon. I think we should be pretty good from here. Say, hey opponent, where'd your board go? It's all gone? That's too bad. That's too bad for you. Where are we at here? Just a little bit short of lethal, so we're going to have to add stuff. Phantom Prankster should be pretty good at getting us that last bit of chip damage we need. Because the downside to doing this is, I guess we could have opened for 19. Got the damage in, and then followed up with the Prankster. Because now when he blocks our Evelynn, he's going to be able to prevent a little bit more damage. But I think we're okay. Kind of lame, dude. Kind of lame. Alright, that'll be enough now, right? It's like we have about 45 damage on board. 34? It's close. You do a little bit of bust math, that gets you up to 45.
It's always over so soon.
Alright, next battle. So we're going to keep stacking these Evelynns. I think we want the Regenerate now, just to help her survive across the turns. You got to see in that game. You know, we got the good challenges, but then we were kind of stuck until we picked up Regenerate. And once we got Regenerate, she could do basically whatever she wanted every turn. Now, cards you draw cost 1 less, very powerful. On to the next set. So I don't, like with these, I don't usually feel like we need to go towards the Mage Seeker Insider. This is definitely a deck-dependent battle. If you're good in the early game, then you can take this on. But if you're playing a deck that's going to kind of drag into the mid game or the late game, this deck will smoke you. But down here, we have a rare item chest. I'd rather pick up the item chest as opposed to a random power anyways. And so we're going to head onto the Usari. Round start, you give the foe's strongest unit Challenger, weakest unit Elusive. There's only one unit, it gets both. So what do we got? We could hang on to Vora, since she generates husks, but I'm more interested in Evelynn and the 2-drops. Found Evelynn. Bouncer and Bolt on the cheap. Oh, it's Inspired Plans. I thought this was the quick attack one. It's not going to matter too much here. It's still good, but I was hoping to have the big quick attack challenges. I do love me a good quick attack challenge. All right, not playing any of those.
Give me a sweet bun. Heightens the senses.
All right. I'm not sure if we're able to pass and then he just doesn't attack our husk. I would like to have the husk on board for when we play Evelynn next turn, but he just doesn't do anything.
Oh, you're in for it.
All right. I can work with that.
My sweet bun.
Okay, and so I don't think we're going to have any good open attacks, right? We're going to drop Evelynn, and we're going to get the level up, but our challenges aren't good anywhere, so
You must have heard the screaming.
get her on board.
I'm starting to get jealous.
Everybody gets a little bit bigger now.
See what's beneath while I see what's inside. That's it. Kneel, student.
Right. So we got a 3 healther into a 2 attack. Sounds good. Evelynn into whatever the next biggest one is. That sounds like a win. We'll attack with everybody else. We're just going to win the game next turn. We don't need the value off of domination anymore. All right. Now we got all the rallies one could need to end the game. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to level up Evelynn, though. We don't have any units in hand. Picked up a separate Evelynn. Slightly awkward. Not big awkward, just a little awkward, you know? It's good to be clear. That's a big quick attack challenge as well, isn't it? That's kind of nasty. Alright. We'll protect our unit. Looks like we're going to take a little bit of face damage in the process, but we have good attacks after this.
I can't get enough.
It's so weird not having a unit. I guess we could have, if you're going to stop and think of that a little bit slower, we could have used Evelynn to kill off the opposing unit, and then, or use that Evelynn strike thing to kill off the opposing unit. Then we would have one in hand. We could have played it. Evelynn would have leveled up, and then we could have got the rally that way. That would have probably been the more effective way to do it, instead of just bitching about not having a unit. What's easier to do? Okay, what's easier to do? Just bitch about it, or do something about it? Okay, it's a little easier to just bitch about it. All right, let's stack in the Vora onto the champion item chest, loading up Evelynn. I think I kind of like the +1/+1 Fury thing. The summon additional copies, it is okay, but it's not the strongest with Evelynn. Feel like there's a combo there I'm kind of missing, but we're moving forward. Chrono breaks I'm not excited about. We already have a rally. Ooh, we definitely have rallies now. We've got all the rallies. Anything else here? I don't want more copies of Senna if it's just adding a bad item. So we'll let that one go. Otherwise, these all look like garbage. One more roll. The Absolver, always good with Evelynn. I don't know if we'll have the mana to cast it this game, but Evelynn is, of course, the easiest champion to level up. We see her level up 2 and 3 times every game we play, and then that activates all your Absolvers. And so, always a really high-powered combat trick. I just don't think we've had the mana to use it. I want to come over here and just load up these copies of Salter. And then I will take one copy of the Absolver, though. It's going to start in our opening hand, so we might as well have that one copy. All right. On to the birds. When the foe gets the attack token, they summon a Fleet Feather Tracker. All right, what do we got here? Just the Salter. That'll work for me. See if we can't find an Evelynn with the rest of our mulligan. We did it. We're ready, fam. All right, and we got the Darkened Halberd. I messed this one up in a constructed video here recently. Let's see if we can't do this the right way. So we want to put the Halberd. We need to play me, kill an ally. So let's see. Kill an ally. Let's kill this ephemeral Salter. To equip to another ally. I want to put on one of the husks. Okay, now we're kinda ready next turn to pop off a little bit. Got all these extra husks to spread those abilities around with. Go domination, killing one. Get a fresh one back in hand. Gotta see how these challenges fall down, I guess, but our units are reasonably big to where it's not scary. Okay. Didn't even have to use our Radiant Strike. Feels good. I didn't care about that the 3/3 we put in front of his unit. So attacks come in, kill an ally, equip the husk. Now we're going to give this big mountain of stats right onto Evelynn. It's a mountain. Most stats 2022. Sign up for him here. I guess we missed that attack again. It's going to take me like 5 adventures to remember to make that open attack, but It's okay. We're having fun here. That's all that matters.
I said walk. Scream.
Okay, so we'll get the free rally
Waste my
from the domination, and then we should be good to just end the game this turn. Let's be real, this one's done.
useless.
Would have been a decent spot to use the Absolver, but we're fine. Here, okay. We'll show the world what it means to have the Absolver onto onto our Evelynn. Give her the overwhelm. Most powerful combos 2022. We can't get any more rallies this turn? You kidding me? Okay. Fine.
That was
Next turn it is, I guess.
impress me. Harder. Okay.
There we go. We got it. We got victory. G.
Let's do this again sometime.
About to head up to another champion item chest. I'm excited for it. What do we got? More dominations with the thing. That sounds fine. Grand Plaza does work with all the husks, right? Kind of similar to some of these +1 attack things that we've been spreading out, but I don't think it's ultimately necessary. It's a little slow. Here, we'll add Spell Shield to Evelynn. I guess that's safe. It's not ultra important up here against Zed, but I feel better having it. Then with what remains, I think we want to cut out the Phantom Prankster. I could also see cutting out Senna. Still hanging on to Steam. Steam's not very important against Zed. Zed's all about just having the early game plays, but I think we're to the point where we need to at least kind of consider keeping one expensive card in our deck. And alright, so if the player's Nexus took damage this round, the foe's strongest unit strikes it. The idea with this is that typically Zed attacks, we only block half of it, the other half gets the damage in and he doesn't level up. This battle kind of counterspells that ability, and that if you don't block both halves of Zed, then you're going to get a Nexus strike, and then he's going to strike or get the flip off of that Nexus strike. Ooh, it wouldn't have been right if we didn't pick up the Origami Slicer in this battle. it wouldn't have been right, man. I'm glad we found it. I'm going to equip it. I'm going to make sure this thing gets on board. Can't take that away from me. All right.
I should stamp you out like the insect you are.
These spiked shield dominations are ready for battle. Oh my god, and he blocks? I did not expect Zed to block here. He's got another one in hand. Oh, that's a Shadow Seer in hand. Oof. I don't know, man. I stopped and did some mathematics on that attack, and it did not come back with a good answer.
No greater gift than knowledge.
All right, well, we're losing out on some of the rally if we add Evelynn here, but our board isn't good enough to attack. I guess we could attack with the Sparring Student into the Greenglade Elder, but it seems pretty low value.
See what's beneath while I see what's inside. That was hot.
Yeah, check all those stats, Zed. Drop some cupcake onto that. All right, now we're going to remember. We're going to do it. We're going to take our open attack next turn, and then we're going to rally afterwards. You heard it here first. I'm not going to mess it up.
Impress me. Back on the prowl.
And punch. Uh-oh. Is that bad? Nah, he just survives. It's not a big deal.
My, who happened to you?
Traditions are lost if not passed on.
All right, so we can add in Domination. It's going to put a 1-cost Husk into our hand. From that point, we can replay the 1-cost Husk and then play this Salter that we've drawn this turn. Gotta watch these 10 to 12 animations. I don't think we're gonna be at lethal this round. We're gonna need to hit Overwhelm Husks. We just hit one here, so we might be able to pull this off. It's gonna send the Overwhelm onto Evelynn, and it's gonna put it on our next unit.
Ain't no shadows in here, friend.
That gets us really close. All right, neg 41 into 14. We got him. GG. And so, yeah, not a super challenging set of battles. Again, as we're in these smaller battles with our 2-star powers, we're going to steamroll through a lot of it. But it's a good introduction and a good primer into using the Crown Guard's inheritance on our Evelynn. And so getting to see the level up rally, lots of power that rolls through that ability. And then a lot of kind of micromanaging and remembering how the sequences work, making sure you're getting the maximum number of strong attacks. And so, not a bad set of battles. I had fun. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. And so I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bustin. We thank you for being here.